Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Carradine.
Andy, well done, well played. That was an unbelievable night's tennis. Tell me, two love and five love, to me that looked like some of your best tennis in 4 years. Is that fair? Were you feeling that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think I played well. Yeah, up till probably like 5-3 in the third set. Um, and then yeah, I mean that's never happened to me before in my career. Being three breaks to serve up and two sets to love up. Never had that happen before, but you know, they're the sort of things that can happen, like when you haven't played any matches, and yeah, things can get away from you a little bit quick, and then like at the end of the third set, you know, starting to feel a little bit of fatigue, and then I'm like questioning, you know, well, if you know, like if I end up losing this set, like, you know, will I be okay to, you know, to like to win in four sets or five sets? And it's like, you know, although I definitely should have finished it out off sooner than what I did. I don't think there's that many players that would have won that four set.
If I'm allowed to follow up, do you know what happened? If I was it the moment? Did it mean that much to you? About to win again on centre court in the singles at Wimbledon? Did you tense up? Do you know what it was?
Yeah, I think there's a combination of things. I mean, the first game where I served for it, I think he played a decent game, and from that end, it's a little bit trickier with the wind and stuff, and then yeah, like from there, I think like the 5-2 game, yeah, I was a little bit nervous. Didn't serve particularly well at those moments, so I was having to, you know, play longer rallies. I then started making bad decisions, which again I think is a sign of lack of match play. And then, yeah, and then like I said, as it started to get closer to the end of that set, and I'm starting to feel a little bit of fatigue, and then there's doubt that creeps in because, yeah, for those reasons, like I've not been exposed to 3-4 hours of tennis for a very long time. I've had very little practice at that level, and preparation at that level. So yeah, like you have those doubts and stuff. Not at the beginning of the, sorry, not when I was 5-love up. I had no doubts. I'm saying when it started to get to like, you know, 5-3, 5-4, I start thinking about it a bit.
Okay, we'll go to Jack Morvan, please.
Oh, hello, Andy. Congratulations. Nail biting match. My mother had to go in the garden. She couldn't bear to watch it any longer. But when I was sitting in there, during the fourth set, the crowd got pretty rowdy at one point. And I was wondering if you heard what they were saying and whether it got to you in any way.
No, I didn't really hear that. I mean, the crowd was very loud in the, you know, towards the end of the third set and during the fourth set. You know, I was just in the fourth set. I tried to stay a bit calmer, like in terms of my emotions and stuff. Like when I was getting towards the finish line. You know, because there was some, like I said, there was some fatigue there, and I was just trying to, yeah, just sort of not get too amped up or too hyped up. But yeah, crowd definitely were into it, and I think, yeah, like people are just desperate to be out watching sports or going to whatever, the theater, or going to, like, people just want to go out and do stuff and have a good time. And I think, yeah, I think for everyone, and like me included, like I realized like the last 18 months, like, yeah, like not to take moments like that for granted, and, you know, enjoy those things that we love doing. So I think everyone was into it today. It was a really good atmosphere, and it didn't feel like the crowd was half full.
Okay, Stu Fraser.
Andy, we kind of saw once again tonight that sort of will to win and the fighting spirit that you have. I just wondered, if you sort of look back, is that something you've always been able to count upon maybe since you were sort of 8 years old in the courts of Dunblane, maybe playing a couple of old boys or whatever? And if so, where do you sort of think that comes from?
I think like I was just exposed to competition like from a very young age, with my brother, and then like with tennis and playing sports. Like there was that element of like, yeah, like that winning and losing like element to pretty much everything I was doing, like as my hobbies or in my spare time, like whether that was playing football or I don't know, tennis, golf, whatever. Like I was always playing games and always competing, and like I enjoy playing board games and that sort of stuff, and just done it loads since I was a kid. So yeah, I just had a lot of exposure to it. So it's something that maybe is just comes quite naturally. It feels natural now, like it's just instinctive now, but I think wasn't like I was born that way. I think it was because of the way I was brought up.
Okay, Russell Fuller.
Andy, you said you were looking forward to feeling the pressure again. I wonder, in reality, when it actually happened to you in that situation, whether you did find it an enjoyable experience?
Look, there was pressure for me all through the match. I mean, I dealt with the pressure of the match really well until the end of the third set when I didn't. And obviously I've already given the reasons for why that that could have been. It was certainly was not, that was not a positive aspect of the match, but like I said, I don't think there's many players that would have won that fourth set. So it's like I didn't deal with the pressure well at the end of the third set, but like having to come back out and try and win a match, having just lost 7 games in a row from 5-love up on centre court, like a lot of players would have capitulated there, and I did the opposite of that. So like there's pressure in that moment as well, like when you're starting the fourth set having just lost 7 games on the spin, and the headlines of that you've choked and those sorts of things, and that it's one of the worst defeats of your careers is what you would have you would have heard after that match that I lost. Like is not easy to turn that round. So yeah, some of the stuff on the court I didn't deal with well, but most of the stuff I dealt with really well. It's not easy going out there having played as little as I have and practiced as little as I have and all of those things, so I did well considering.
Okay, Eleanor Crooks.
Andy, obviously it's the first best of 5 set match you've played in a while, so physically how do you feel you've come through that, kind of looking ahead to the second one?
Well, I have to wait and see, because like in New York, for example, like actually did pretty well in the first round against Nishioka and felt fine that evening, and then I woke up the next day and I could barely walk. My groin was really painful and I didn't recover from that match at all. So right now I feel fine. My legs are a bit heavy, a little bit tired. So who won the football? I can just see over your shoulder who won the Switzerland won. Wow.
On pens.
Wow. Yeah, so can't really remember what I was saying. No, but what was I saying? What was I talking about?
How you feeling? Your body's feeling.
Oh, how my body's feeling. Yeah, so like just now I just feel a bit like my legs feel tired and sort of heavy. But like pain wise, I feel all right just now. But yeah, I'll be really hoping I wake up tomorrow morning feeling all right.
Okay, Rob Maul.
Andy, tomorrow, the day after an epic slam match, what's the routine that you would do for your body, for your mind? What sort of things will you be doing in your practice schedule? And a word on your opponents. It is a wild card that you're facing in the second round. Will you watch the remainder of their match? It's 9-all in the fifth set.
Yeah, I mean both those guys. I won't watch the end of the match like probably live, but I'll see some footage from the match for sure to get ready for it the next day. Yeah, I mean, I'll be reactive tomorrow based on how I feel. Like, if I feel really bad, then maybe I don't practice. If I feel okay, it'd be nice just to hit a few balls. And yeah, it's just all about recovering and doing all of that stuff right. Trying to, prioritize sleep. Well, usually I would try and see my physio this evening. But by the time we get back to the hotel and everything, it's probably going to be close to midnight. So, I want to try and get as much sleep as I can and eat as good as I can. And I've already done an ice bath and that stuff. So, yeah, it's just kind of all of the focus is really on that tomorrow. And if I feel all right, I'll try and hit a few balls. But no guarantees of that.
Okay, we've got 2 more questions. We'll go James Gray.
Andy, Liam was in here a couple of hours before you because he also won through to the second round because he beat Cecchinato. Yeah. And he basically mentioned a conversation that you had with him over dinner after the Battle of the Brits where he did say that you turned his career around. I wonder if you I hope you remember that conversation and maybe if you could give us an idea of kind of what was said and what insight you think you gave him.
I think he's being a bit generous with that, to be honest. But yeah, we had a chat after that match, and he was really struggling like with his game and stuff, and it was pretty down, and I just kind of I tried to. I gave him some positive ideas and positive thoughts, and I told him that. Yeah, because he loves it. Like, he works hard and he loves tennis, and it was like I gave him, I think, a few sort of positive thoughts and ideas, and I told him that. Yeah, I told him that I thought he'd get to his career high ranking within 12 months of that match, and he at the time was feeling terrible about his game, and I messaged him when he got to his career high, and I was like, I didn't know if I totally believed it, but it was like, yeah, just I really like him. He's a good guy. I want him to do well, and I'm happy for him. It's great that he managed to win today. He's a very loud guy when things are going well. So I'd imagine we've got a group chat with all the British tennis players. So I'd imagine he'll be chirping up this evening. But yeah, it's great that he's turned it round, and I'm happy that he's doing well.
Okay, we're actually going to end it there as it's very late, and Andy's got a couple of other bits
I'm happy
to do.
to do a couple more if anyone wants.
Mate.
If anyone wants to know more, no one wants to talk to me. Okay, great.
He's got lots of other things to do.
Can I ask some questions? Yeah.
I'll do one quick one. Last one.
Yeah. Hello, Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations for today. Yeah. Do you like your New Jersey? Yeah. After Wimbledon, the Tokyo Olympic is coming, and this time will be your 4th Olympic. And how are you feeling about being present this time? You are already 2 times Olympic champion, and what are your expectations, or what are your goals for Tokyo Olympic?
Yeah, so my goal is to try and win a medal, ideally a gold one, and yeah, that's what my goal is for the Olympics. It'll be great to go to Tokyo and play there. We're lucky that the Olympics is going ahead this year. I've always enjoyed the Olympic experience, and yeah, my goal is to win a medal for my country, and I'll give my best effort to do that.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks.
Sorry,